Hi,
Hey guys,
everybody.
how's it going?
Happy Thursday.
Right, this is April.
No, it's March. Don't rush the months.
Oh my
Wow, what's going
God.
on?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's been a crazy week.
March 2nd, 3rd.
Third,
Today's
3rd.
March 3rd.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, March 2nd. Yeah,
Oh, it is March 2nd. See,
Yeah.
now you're rushing the days too.
I'm not. You are. I did the month. He did the day.
Anyway, it's fun,
That's
busy, a lot going on. Yeah. So
Yeah. So how's everybody's week? Post down below how your week went.
yeah, pop in, say hi. I'd
Right.
like to hear a conversation. So
This week, we're going to talk about more relationship and money.
right.
I
It
think-
is a big subject. I mean, and
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have came into the group for that because they wanted, help in one way or another.
Right.
So you're not alone. It is a big topic, and there's a lot of things even now going on in our world right now
Oh,
that is making a lot of people concerned, or some are scared, some are worried, and some aren't at all. So I mean,
Well-
you got the whole spectrum of
Well,
where people are with what's going on right now.
Yeah, but to be honest though, you really don't need to be worried because
Oh,
no matter what, you could take anything, absolutely anything, and make it tradable, valuable, so you can live,
Right.
buy things, trade for things. Skills, what your skill? What can you do skill wise? What can you cleaning the house, make money, right?
Right.
Or trade for something.
Right.
There's always something for trade, always.
Right.
So you don't need to have paper money to buy things. That's where
Right.
people go wrong. Because you can do anything in the world to buy it, to do anything. It just matters. It's two people coming together, again, a relationship, coming together, deciding on what's valuable enough to that person and the other person to create monetary value to something.
Mhm.
So you can either buy or sell whatever it is that you want or doing. Again, it's all about relationships.
Right.
Better relationships, better the value. Sometimes because it's hard to go to a stranger and say, hey, you know what, I can, I'll trade you a chapstick for $10, but you don't know that person. Or I trade you a chapstick for washing the dishes or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's always something to be done. So it's a matter of, do you understand the relationship between you and the person, and how important is that relationship? Is that what's valuable, what's not valuable, and what's the other person looking for? Here's another way of looking at it. Horse trading. People call it horse trading. I call it horse trading. My grandparents called it horse trading. And it's all it is this matter of, I got something that I'm willing to trade for service.
Goods and service.
Right.
Yeah.
Because goods and service is not all about paper money. It's about what can you do.
Right. Well, if you go back in history, there wasn't paper money. I mean, there was some. It was eventually created, but initially
It was all gold and
it
silver.
was all gold and silver. It was bartering for what they had in goods
Mhm.
to whatever, So
Right.
and they didn't have a lot of paper. It was coins or whatever. A lot of it was back in the day.
Right. Well, think about right now, egg shortage supposedly, right?
Yeah, there is.
But it's a self-imposed egg shortage. But again, you can take that same egg, ask $5 for it, but you can get something else. Sack of flour, some eggs and flours. It's all about trading. So again, it's taking something and putting value to it to get something else that has value.
Mm-hmm.
And you two agreeing that this is valued for this, or this is valued for this much.
Right.
I mean, it's still done today. It just happens that in the United States, it's more paper than objects. Items.
Right. But I think there's a lot of people out there that are realizing that the paper dollar is not like it was.
Well, it takes 35 this paper dollar to create 1 ounce of silver when it used to be $1 per 1 ounce.
Yeah.
That tells you a lot.
and it's worse, and it was because it's created because they printed more money. Just they printed more paper with nothing to back it up.
Right. Well, when they took us off the gold standard,
That's where it started to decline, and
right.
we're over 50 years on that now.
Right.
It's like 52 years since they did that.
And so
it's
now,
like
so
we're on the brink here.
So now they have to come up with a new system, and they want bitcoins. But bitcoins, really? I mean, they can have total control over everything you do.
We don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No.
Because you do side work, guess what? They're taxing you out the yin yang for it. They're already taxing us out the yin yang. You think it's 20%, 30%? Better check your math. Because let's see, your driver's license, your hunting license, your vehicle registration, your bought a house. You got taxes when you buy a house. You got taxes every year to pay on the house. Really?
Something has to give.
Right.
And I mean, I don't have the answers.
I don't
all
either.
of the answers. I mean, I'm hearing things out there, but I don't have all the answers.
Well, like they're coming up with this 24%, whatever overall tax, when it actually comes out to like 30% altogether. That's supposed to be better than what's going on, but
yeah, but if
they're going
to add that on top of what we have now, that's not going to do.
No, it's supposed to get rid of all of that. It's supposed to get rid of the IRS and all that.
Oh,
it's supposed to be. That's what I'm understanding. I could be wrong.
I need to.
So if I'm wrong, put it down there. If I'm right,
I need to do some research on that.
Right.
I need to find. Again, do your due diligence here.
Right.
But.
Well, I've done my due diligence. I've seen it. That's why I'm bringing it up. If I didn't do that, I would not be bringing it up. Guarantee you.
Right.
Because I don't play that game.
Oh, I know. I know that. I know that. I mean.
So
I was saying they need to do their due diligence as well. I mean, don't just take our word for it.
Right.
We know what we're talking about because we research,
right,
and not just mainstream crap, because that is a lot of garbage. And
you have to look at all of it and look at what's the common theme through all of it, and that's your truth.
Mm-hmm.
Not just little figures here and there. No, what's the common stream through all of the medias, mainstream or not? What is mainstream, and that is your truth.
Right.
So that's what cops do, and that's what investigators do. Is they take all of the different stories and put it together, and what's the main theme, and that's what you get.
Right.
So that's what I tell people: do your research.
Right, and right now, in this day, today, these times, we have to be researching more right now.
Oh yeah.
We have to be understanding and educating ourselves.
And don't just use Google.
Yeah.
Google.
We need to be educating ourselves. That's what we want to be able to do, to help you do that, to help you educate yourself so you're not sideswiped by whatever.
Right.
So you can be prepared in multiple areas: financially, relationships, emotional, spiritual. We've been through all of that.
Right.
And we can tell you how to get through the pitfalls. That's one of the reasons why we created this group, and so many of you have joined it. So.
Yeah. I mean, we've gone through relationships. We've gone through life.
Yeah.
Raising kids.
Well, and here's the thing. I don't think that. Yes, it was through choices that we did, but I don't think that our path. We're not here today because for just we're here because there's a purpose that we are here.
Right.
There's somebody that needs our help, and that's what we're here for. If that's you, great. If it's somebody still coming, yay. We're calling out to those people. Yeah. That's what we're here for.
If you want me to put scripture of what we're talking about, I can look it up and put it up there for you. So people understand that we're talking, it's not just coming out of our butts.
Right. Right. It's the truth, though. Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's tons of scripture out there that supports what we're saying.
Yeah. Right.
And if you don't,
And I
believe
mean,
that, that's fine too.
I'm not a big end times researcher and all that either. We're not. I don't even really believe that we're quite there yet.
No,
We
I
have
don't think
some
so either.
time, but that's not. I mean, that's even just another side note. I mean,
Right.
just the times that we're in right now. There's some things coming, and we all need to be prepared. And if you're not prepared, I feel really bad for those ones that are not going to be prepared.
Right.
And understanding that um you know, money is going to die. It really is. The paper dollar is dying.
Right. The paper
Worth
dollar.
a penny.
Right. The paper dollar is dying because you can make anything into money.
Right.
But the United States paper dollar, I think, like you're saying,
well, and
is on the chopping block to be chopped off.
right.
So
And actually the reality of it is that paper dollar is not even money. That's currency.
right.
Money is precious metals. True money is the precious metals. It has always been. It has been stated throughout history that that is true money.
Right.
But also known as sound money. But it's good in another. I heard it the other day from another source out there. Andy Sheckman. He's a well-known economist out there, and he says that the gold and silver, the precious metals that are out there, is honest money. He calls that honest money, and he calls the paper dollar a scam. He literally calls it a scam, and he does. And he even has a book out there saying such things. I'd like to read it actually, but
because you think about this, because back in the 1920s, 1930s, you worked your butt off. You made $400 a month, and that paid for everything. One person paid for everything. That's husband, wife, a house, a car, and 2-3 kids. Right, for $400 a month. Right. Now, if you make that a week, you're doing good just to barely survive.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Right.
I mean, then really, if you think about it now, if you make, let me throw this out there. So if you make $35 an hour, right, that's basically 1 ounce of silver an hour that you're making. Is that crazy? So you're working for $1 an hour.
Yeah, because that's what's listed.
Right.
That's what the government deemed 1 ounce of silver
right.
to be worth.
Right.
They deemed 1 ounce of gold to be worth $50.
Right.
So, but there is some legislation out there though, and this is brand new, happening as we are in time with it now.
No, we haven't done our research on it.
This is new stuff that I got to go.
Right.
That I have to go and research for our state of Arkansas. I'm not positive on.
Right.
I know Missouri. I heard Texas. I heard Mississippi. And there's like 5 other states that are coming up with legislation right now as we speak to deem gold and silver as legal tender. Not only so banks would have to, if you take 1 ounce of silver into the bank, they would have to give you spot price plus I just lost the word. So sorry, I just lost the word. Spot price plus forgot the word now. Anyway, which is amazing, which means you're going to get the value of the silver, not just the dollar. You would get that, whatever it was going, $35, $40 for that 1 ounce. They would have to give that to you. And you would be able to use it in the stores. You'd be able to, you could use it literally. Right. And there would be no taxes on it. That's even in the legislation of the Missouri one. Not taxed. Gold and silver wouldn't be taxed. So, like I said, the person that I heard that from, we heard that just this morning. He's going to be doing more research on it to say what is that legit, because he was telling us a summary of it, and that was in Missouri. So, I just need to go and find if Arkansas is one of the smart ones that are going to do this. I mean,
Right.
literally, are they going to be one of the smart states? And that's a good thing. Getting precious metals in your hands, holding it physically, is probably the best thing you could ever do for yourself.
Yeah.
Right now, because what some of these economists, what like Andy Schectman, Robert Kiyosaki, there's a couple other ones out there that I have listened to. They are all saying to be your own bank. That's
Right.
what they're saying. And so that's I'm going to be your own bank. Now, if you don't know how to do that, we want to help you do that. We want to be able to show you how to do that for sure.
Right.
There is a way to do it incrementally. So you got an extra $5, you got an extra $20. You can pop it in and get some silver and build it up incrementally.
Right.
You don't have to buy $10,000 worth at a time to get that $35 price. You can buy a single ounce. If you got $35, you can buy an ounce, and you can have it shipped to you.
So it's in your hands.
So it's in your hands, because they say that if you can't hold it in your hands, it's not yours.
Right.
So, and then I've thought lots of talks about the COMEX. Now, if you don't know what the COMEX is, that's where all the stocks and all of that are played and done. It's called the COMEX, and gold and silver is on there. Don't be fooled. That is not real gold and silver. That's paper. So if you're buying the paper, 10 people can buy the same ounce of gold in the COMEX. And so when you want to go and get it physically in your hand, if several people want to do it at the same time, you might have a problem.
Right.
So that's why I don't like to play in that arena.
And the thing that gets me about that is that used to be illegal, because that was called something else. Anyways, you can go to jail for it.
Yeah, that's how they're manipulating.
Here's the government doing it.
But that's how they're manipulating the prices of the gold and silver now. That's why we're able to get it so cheap right now, because it's being manipulated.
Right.
Because the banks are wanting to get their hands on it. They know what's coming. They know what's happening.
Yeah.
And they want to keep us blinded to what's happening. Not to be scary. I mean, we shouldn't be scared about it. We need to be smart about it and just understand.
Long day.
And know what's coming and know what's happening, and just strategically do what we need to do. Calmly and productively, just calmly do it. And I know there's a couple of you that already know about getting gold and silver, and good for you. You're starting on the right track. And if you haven't started doing it, we'd like to help you out for sure.
Yep, definitely.
So, and I know we're going to be doing some other things that we can get into more details about that. I mean, we're just kind of teasing right now with what we've got.
So I got a call to action for you guys then. I want you to go out there. I want you to do some research. Look up spot price. Look up what's going to take to go to these different companies.
First of all, if you don't know what spot price is, then you need to understand what that is.
Well, DM us and we'll tell you.
Right. Well, I mean, I can kind of tell you in the general. Spot price is the price of silver when it's dug out of the ground. Okay. So that doesn't account. That's why, because when people say spot price, well, I can get it for spot. Nobody can buy silver with spot price. Nobody can do that. So if people say I can get it for spot, they're not telling you the truth, or they don't know what they're talking about. I have been educated. We have been educated. We've learned about this. It's like, ho, now we know. Because it has to go through it. First of all, it gets out of the ground, then it goes to another process, and then it goes to several different processes. And each time there's a price added on. A few cents is added on in here. So when I say that I can get silver and gold for $7 above spot price, then I'm probably telling you the truth. Okay, which I am.
Right.
And where we get our gold and silver right now, it kind of fluctuates depending, because spot price fluctuates throughout the day, literally. You can watch it. I can go to my back office and watch it and watch the thing. So if you can time it just right, you can get an amazing deal, you know. But sometimes you can get it $5 to $7 above spot price, which is amazing, and that's cool. Grab it, and
without paying a fortune for it.
Exactly, because I don't have to pay $10,000 to get, or I don't have to buy what 200 to 500 ounces to get that price.
Right, you can buy 1 ounce.
I can buy a single ounce and get that price. So that's what's amazing about what I do. However, our company is amazing. They say if you have a true trusted source, that you trust that source and you can get a great deal on your gold and silver, by all means, go do it. Go buy it from them. We don't have a problem with that. If it's a trusted source, go to them.
Right.
Yep. Our founders, our owners say that right off the bat. If you have a trusted source where you get your silver, by all means, go get it. You know, we're not going to stop you from doing that if it's a trusted source. We, on the other hand, did not have a trusted source. We didn't know where to go.
Well, just a few places we're going. But the problem is you're paying 200 to 500 coins at.
Right. So it ended up being like $10,000 to get the price that we wanted.
Right.
And so it's like, well, we just can't play the game, you know?
Right.
And that was
because we're like a lot of you guys, you know, paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Because we have lots of bills going out. We have savings to going out. I turned my savings.
We're trying to change that.
I took my savings from the 401k and put it to gold and silver because I make a higher yield on my gold and silver than I did on my 401k.
Right. Well, 401k, that's a whole nother conversation, but 401ks are a joke. You don't want it.
Well, I'm not going to go into that.
You don't want to get in. If you want to know more about that, I'll tell you about it. But
because like I can get a gold back IRA.
Oh yeah. Way better.
I make way more money off of that than I can any other IRA.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So to me, it was a hands down, no brainer. Swap it over.
Right. Right. For sure.
So, sorry, but yeah. So when you see a good deal, grab the good deal.
Right. Right. And it's about knowing. You got a trusted source, knowing people. Hopefully, you know, you're getting to know and trust us, and what we're saying is true and right. And because I'm not going to lead you astray. We've been through it. We're discovering ourselves. And, you know, would want to help you out. So we're going to give you the latest thing and the newest, what's happening. We're going to be truthful and honest with you about where it needs to go, you know.
Right. So go out there on when, look at gold and silver. Look at what is being available to the general public.
Because there is a lot of crap out there too.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people that got a bunch of silver and it ended up being junk. It wasn't real. It wasn't what they said. It was just silver plated.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing.
You have to be careful.
Right, because those gold, those silver coins that you get off the net, the government, they're not.
You have to watch where you get them.
Right, because some of those are just plated. There's a nickel base with a gold with a silver plate.
Yeah.
And they're charging full price for it.
Mm-hmm. So, and if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Because like these TV commercials saying you can buy the silver
special coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of those special coins are plated. They're not.
Yeah, they're not solid like
they're 100%. They're 100%. They're 99.9% pure silver plated.
Yeah.
So
you're not getting really what they are saying you're getting. So that's what we're saying. Be careful, and that's why we're telling you. You know, we know where to go.
So when you see a coin, true silver is a true ounce. A lot of the other coins are not.
Right.
So look at
they also sound different too.
Yep.
the because you don't always have to have all those expensive little things that these vaults do to protect you from the fraudulent stuff. We've learned through some training some ways that you can find out what's real or not.
Right.
And
Just by
the
tapping it.
ping test is number one.
Yeah.
Weight is another one.
Yeah. And then there's I would say there's a scratch test, and you put a little bit of baking soda on it, which supposed to do a certain way. That could be fooled because of plating.
Right. So the ping test is a big one.
Yeah.
If you know what do the real one and the fake one, you'll know the difference. The weight, they can try to disguise the weight, but if you measure it, if you put it on a scale, you can literally tell the difference.
Right, and it's a troy ounce, not just an ounce.
Right, it's different.
Right.
So there's ways to test that so you're not fooled. There's things to look for. Again, that all comes from the training that we've been able to get.
Right.
So we've been blessed with that, and so glad that we got to it, because now our eyes are open. I mean, at least I knew, there were some things I knew, but just being able to be educated. And when you get that education and you go, what? Right. How come I did not know this? How come they're not teaching me this? I'm learning this now.
Well, that's the thing. They quit teaching us in schools. And unfortunately, most of us that are the older generation, our parents didn't teach us because they didn't know.
They didn't know. Not a lot of them didn't. Now there are some that did because,
Right, but most part, because you got to remember, because when they were young, the government had made everybody turn in their gold and silver because they became illegal for a while to not have gold and silver, which was actually no on the government.
Right.
But here we are again, back to being able to gold and silver.
Yeah.
I would have done it anyways. I know for the longest time, my parents and our family, we used to go gold panning. And so we used to have a bunch of gold and silver. So we didn't say nothing. We just kept it. Yeah.
And I think a lot of families did that too.
Yeah. At least the ones that could.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I know that even my grandparents had talked about, panning for gold and how fun that was and all of that. So I remember getting the real silver dollars.
Right.
And I think I still have them. It's just, I don't, my mom has them, but it's a good thing, and it gets exciting to learn some of these things too. And it's an exciting time.
Yeah.
You can look at it like that. I choose to look at it with the more positive, as opposed to, oh my God, we're gonna, don't freak out. There's no reason for it. So it's all good.
Like we bought a coin the other day, or showed up because we're on a monthly subscription thing. The coin we paid like 100 altogether with shipping and everything else, like 150 or something like that.
It's about 152.
But anyways, we've already made money on the coins.
Oh yeah, it gets equity pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And again, you learned about that too. We learned about why that is, because when you get into numismatic coins or your collectibles, that's the long game.
Right.
We're playing the long game of protection and value and growing. But see, the wealthy do the very same thing. So now I'm playing with the big boys.
Right.
And I like that, because I want to be playing with the wealthy, because we are wealthy.
Right.
You got to think that way.
And just think, if you think about that, right? Let's break that down for a minute. Give me a second here, guys.
The reality.
Right. Get the calculator out.
What are we calculating here?
Give me a second. So take the 150, right? Divided by $4. That's how much coffee is, right? That's only 37 coffees, so that's 37 days. So a month and a half.
Well, if people are buying a coffee a day, I think you can give up one a week.
right? So in 2 months, you can buy a
You
coin.
can give up, so you can give. I mean,
Hey,
I
soda
know
pump
people
right
that
now,
bought
right? Soda. A case of soda is $10,
You can not buy a case of soda and buy yourself an ounce of silver
right?
or several. Come on.
I'm
I
just
mean, it's all in the way you think.
right.
If you want it, you'll find a way to get it.
It's like buying a car,
Yeah, if you need it, you're
right.
going to find a way to do it, right?
Right.
So,
So what are you willing to give up to get what you want?
right, because we've been asking ourselves that too. What do we need to do to get this?
Right.
How I need this. What do I need to do to get there?
Do I need to work an extra hour at work or 2 hours or do I need,
Because it's not forever.
Right.
It's just until you get to that point, you can sustain it, and then to the next level. Well,
Right.
we get to the next level, right?
right. Each thought, think of it like this. Every thought that you do is a stepping stone to the next one.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Brain opener for people.
Right. Well, that's what we're here. We're trying to help you create the life that you dream of and that you want, because we should be living our dream. That's what God wanted us to do anyway.
Right.
We should be having a dream life. We shouldn't have to be suffering literally from paycheck to paycheck. We shouldn't have to be doing that. We should be living in a life of abundance. That's what God wanted us to do. And if you've been told that you're supposed to be poor, if you were told that you can't have things because that's not what God was like, you've been lied to, and I don't care if I say that.
Right.
You've been lied to.
Because I only answer to one person, and that's God. Right.
And he says in the scripture, he's given us everything that we could ever want. He's a God of abundance. He wants his children to have everything. All we have to do is ask.
Yep.
So, and I grew up in the time, I mean, let's be real, I grew up in the time where where the Christians was like, it was kind of faux pas to have lots of money, and you're a believer and you're going to church. But honestly, that's really what we're supposed to be.
Right.
We're the ones that are supposed to have the money. We're the ones, because that's what God intended. If you really read the scriptures, and that's what it's revealing: abundance and more than enough. We're supposed to be helping others.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, there's many scriptures. We can probably go into it in another time, because I know we're running out of time.
We are out of time.
But that's okay.
we're over.
But this is really good conversation.
Right.
But if you can't tell me that scripture doesn't point towards abundance. You can't tell me that, because I've seen it throughout from cover to cover. In fact, through another person that I was talking about, somebody else was talking about the talents, where the master gave the three talents to the three different servants. One hid it, one did something, one did something. Well, the one that hid it, he says, "You awful person," So I don't want to be like that. And talents can be, this teaching, I got into some in depth. Might have to bring it out at some point. I'll go back and get, because this is like coming from the hip right now. I didn't really study this, but it was really amazing teaching and some insight about what that was about. He gives us, and he wants us to do more with it. And so we're supposed to be in abundance. We're not supposed to be in lack. And if you think we are, you're highly mistaken, and we need to change that.
Yeah.
So we can be in abundance. We can have freedom. We're not supposed to be down and out and unhappy and fearful. We're not supposed to be any of those things. And so here we are, dream influencers. We're supposed to be helping you create that life that a life of abundance, the life that you want to live. What is it that you want? You dream it, you can have it. Literally.
So put down in the comments what your dream is. What is your dream?
Right. You dream it, you can have it. And
you talk about it. The more you talk about it, the more it manifests.
Right. I mean, and I'm still learning some of this stuff. I'm trying to pull myself out, and I'm trying to get myself even better. I'm trying to up level even more so I can help others as well. I mean, but I don't like that ceiling. I want to reach past that. I want to be making more so I can help more. The more money you have, the more people you can help.
Right.
And if that's your desire, then of course you're going to get more.
Right.
So anyway.
All right, guys.
We love you guys. We've talked a lot. Comment down below. You do have an assignment. We'll type that assignment in the comments so you remember. But do comment, and we want to hear from you so we can know which direction. So
that's right. So have a blessed one, and we'll see you next week.
See you on another live.
Bye, guys.